Keep going. It's the title of this one. Keep going. Keep becoming aware in this moment of now to the possibilities and to the choices that either you're creating or something else is creating for you. But either way, you have some sort of possibility before you right now. And one of those is to continue listening to this or interact with another being. Choose to get away from the computer. There's a choice. So you see, when you're doing something, you continue doing it, but you become aware that there may be another choice for you to make. Now, how are you going to know if you should change your choice if you never change your choice and see what happens, what unfolds, and how it feels to you in your heart, at the root, fundamental level of your existence? Right now, you're feeling a certain way. And you know why to some extent. You know why to some extent the reason why you feel the way you do right now. In every aspect, every facet of your being. So when I say feel, I mean emotionally, but I also mean mentally, and I mean physically, I mean the whole thing when I'm saying feel right now. I'm saying you know why, because you know what you've chosen to do today, and you know what you've chosen to do the past week, and you know what you've chosen to do, you know what you've chosen. Not necessarily to do, it's just choosing itself is the doing, and choosing is more inward than outward. So you know what you've been choosing. And you know that you have an ideal. Whoever you may be, you have an ideal. You know that certain choices bring you inner peace and inner happiness, but you haven't been making those choices every time. Because we're interacting with each other, and we're interacting with what appears to be separate energies and separate consciousness. And at times it can be hard to make the ideal choice that you have in different contexts and in different situations. It's easy to eat healthy when you're feeling good and when everything's flowing well around you and there's no food that you would consider not healthy around. But if you're sitting right in the middle of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and you haven't eaten breakfast, and a little troll walks up to you and gives you a Snickers bar to eat, now the choice that's being presented to you is in different circumstances, in a different context, and it's going to test you. So, choice. I'm speaking about choice right now. I'm speaking about possibilities, becoming aware of possibilities, becoming aware of different paths, becoming aware of this reality that we're in, becoming aware of the bigger picture in each moment. And in doing so, exploring other choices that will bring us an even more pleasant and benevolent life experience now. So again, even as I'm speaking right now in this peaceful environment into this piece of technology, I'm speaking to myself right now, and maybe it'll be spoken to you at a later time. But in each moment, even when I'm speaking now, I know from experience that at times I start choosing to do something, I start choosing, and even as I'm speaking, I'm becoming aware of my environment. And for instance, there's a dog in the room with me. So there's times when I'm speaking and then he's seeking to interact with me. If I just ignore him, is that the best choice? You know, sometimes we get so involved and so focused in on what we're doing that we ignore consciousness around us. Maybe interacting with consciousness more often would bring us a more pleasant and benevolent life, even though in that moment when consciousness interrupts what you're doing, it doesn't feel like it, doesn't feel like it would be pleasant. But maybe it is if you just chose to just drop what you were doing and go into it. And I know from experience that that's true. At least I think it's true because I've chosen to drop what I was doing, even though I was enjoying it, to do something else because consciousness interrupted me and it ended up opening up the field for me. So it's not like you have to drop things forever, just for a time. BRB. just like as I'm looking at this screen and there's a little lag time, like when I actually move my hand, it doesn't instantly appear. For some reason, there's like, just say a half a second of lag time. So when I actually am perceiving myself to do it, the screen's doing it half second later. Same thing with our choices that we make. So at the inward level, when we make a choice, we know we make the choice now, but we don't see the effects of that choice in the outer world sometimes for a while of time. Sometimes it takes whatever. You know, you're a human being. You know, I'm not saying anything new. You're like me. You're real. So you know that when you make a choice, that at times that choice isn't made real in your world right then. Sometimes it takes time. Now the question would be that I have is, how can you truly become a decision maker whose choices just, it instantly happens, and it does. It just doesn't seem like it. That's the answer. When you make a choice, a real choice, it's being presented to you to go down a new path or to develop a new habit or just to make that choice now, yes or no, black or white, you know, A, B, C, or D, or, you know, if you have the choice to screw the A, B, C, and D and write in your own F answer, then go ahead. That's a choice too. But either way, as you're moving through life as a human being, you have these choices. And when you make the choice for sure inwardly, then that is when it all happens. That's when it all happens. And in order to see the effects of that choice, in some regards, you must continue to make that choice in different contexts and circumstances to actually realize what that choice actually means for you as a being. You know, are the choices we're making continuing to create a false illusion? Are they continuing to, you know, shroud our own being in mystery? Or are the choices we're making allowing us to realize who we really are as consciousness and what we're really capable of? You know, it's like when you first start playing baseball, you can't throw very far. You might not be able to throw at all. But everyone that can throw pretty well knows that at some point they couldn't either. So when they see someone that's just starting off in something and doesn't realize who they are yet or what they're capable of, they are there to help them cultivate the continual choices that will lead them to them knowing that they can become better and that they too can grow up. So who's that for you in your life? Who's your coach? Who's your mentor? Who's standing by you that you know is more, that seems to be more developed than you, that seems to be more evolved, that seems to be, you know, in the ways of human speaking, more advanced than you? And who in your life is like that, and what are they telling you? Okay, what are they encouraging you to choose? Because we can encourage each other to make certain choices. That's one of your choices as a decision maker. One of your choices is to encourage a person to make a particular choice. That's a choice. And this world that we live in, of many different beings, in some way we are encouraging or discouraging each other from making certain choices. We are. And we may be doing it unconsciously. It may be a habit by now. Maybe on autopilot, maybe unconscious, whatever you want to call it. By me making this video, I'm encouraging you to listen to it instead of do whatever else you were going to do. I put this on your path. I put this on your path, so I'm encouraging you in a way to watch this video. Now that could be a detriment to your life, actually, because maybe there's something else for you to be doing. So you need to check yourself, and if it is so, then you should shut this down and choose to do other. If you come across my video and it happened to be different and you're interested and intrigued by it, then you're welcome to keep listening. I don't have all the answers for you, but I'm encouraging you or discouraging you from a certain choice. You're just going to have to figure out which one that is, and you may never. It may be a while until you know what I'm choosing to do right now. And I could tell you in words what I've chosen to do. But I can tell you that even the times when I've chosen to do what I perceive to be the ideal, it may not have been. So basically, you're looking at a being right now. My name's Chris, and I'm a decision maker and a choice maker. I'm real, and I'm making this video for you. And I'm telling you that I have an ideal that I haven't lived by, because at times, in certain contexts and circumstances, it's very hard to make that choice. But I'm aware of this, and I'm still exploring. I'm not done. I'm not done. So keep going. Peace.